This is an example of being true to yourself, not selling out, and all the envy that comes along with it. We going live from the underground. Wrong buttons. Welcome back to Live from the Underground. Here we go through, talk about a particular topic every day, try to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursdays, possibly Fridays. But today, what's been all over social media, Will Smith dropped his book, Will. And I haven't read it myself. I'm just looking at all of the highlights that's been happening all across the news channels and stuff. And another thing that has continuously been sparked, not only through Will Smith, but which is now with Will Smith, but also Jada Pinkett Smith, is they continue to reference and bring up Tupac and Tupac's relationship that he had with Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, let's keep it 1,000. Jada Pinkett comes off as a straight up scumbag for quite some time, you know? Like, Jada seems to have been throwing Tupac into Will Smith's face for quite some time. Will has been super jealous of it. He's had a lot of success, a lot of money. He's been the #1 blockbuster actor of multiple of a generation, if not more than one, through Bad Boys, through go back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was the man doing the whole Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing, man. Like, as much as people want to clown and all that stuff, at that point in time, everybody wanted to be like Will Smith. But then Will, he toned down The Matrix. He could have been on The Matrix because he was the #1 actor for a reason. Now, that crown as the #1 actor has been passed on down now. It seems as though it got passed on to my man's, I forget his name. He was in The Wire when he was young, but now he's like the man doing all the big blockbuster movies and stuff. But that's besides the point. But Will Smith has led a super successful career. But when you go back and look at him from the beginning, many people deemed him as, this is the industry cat. He's getting put on to do super cheesy rap. He's not hardcore by no means. He's not in the grassroots like Tupac was. You feel me? Pac spoke to the masses, whether it's through California Love or whether it was through Dear Mama. He was the embodiment of masculinity of an entire generation. You feel me? And it just so happens that Tupac went to school, I think it was the Baltimore Arts or something, with Jada Pinkett, and they were close. Now, Will Smith, in his book, is saying that they were not sexually attracted. They probably was sexually, come on, Pac smashed that. But he's saying in the book that, they weren't sexually active with each other before Will Smith got with Jada and all that stuff. And Will has been jealous of Tupac and his career and everything that he did, from his image to him being the embodiment of masculinity, him being a man that's true to everything that he wanted to be true to. Because if you guys remember, Tupac went to jail because he witnessed a black woman getting beat up and he stepped in. Something that most men out here, quote unquote, men out here today would not do. But Pac was real enough to do that. Pac was truly real to the grassroots. Like, he put his money, he put his life, he put his career exactly where his mouth is to actually try to provide and do things for our community. Pac was ahead of his time. Pac was great. Now, there were a bunch of things spotted throughout Tupac's past that make people question certain things, but that's beyond the point. Pac was solidified, and he was the man to the degree that he got all of the women because of who he was. Like, this is what women tend. See, this is what women tend to look for out of men. Stability in terms of finances, which Will Smith got that. Will Smith has had that for quite some time. That's why he's been dominant in too. That's how he was able to get Jada and all that stuff too. But then Tupac offered more. The image, that raw, unadulterated manhood that Will Smith never could bring to the table. Much like why you see Sierra, even though she got Russell Wilson, dude who's financially supporting her, financially keeping her afloat and provided family and stuff for her, but why she's never letting Future go, because he brings that same energy. You feel me? Future brings that same energy that Tupac brings, that unapologetic leadership, raw, unadulterated, hip-hop, real individual. That's what Future brings to the table, on top of financial freedom, on top of being who you are and what you want to be, instead of having to play by the industry stands, the industry rules that they have for you in order to be successful. That's what makes Future into who Future is. That's what made Tupac into who Tupac was. The fact that you can go out there and be who you are. Never apologize for it. Never have to play the game. Never have to play the commercial rules like, oh, I can't say that. Some people will be mad at me for saying that. Pac, nah. Future, nah. I'ma say whatever's on my mind, and love it or hate it. I don't care if you become an enemy of, like, it brings me back to when Future was having his issues with Diddy and all that stuff. Diddy wanted to come to his parties and stuff, and Diddy didn't want to bring no Ciroc, and Future kicked him out. Like, bro, you ain't even bring no Ciroc to this joint, but you want to come through and shine off of me? Nah, bro, ride on out. And this may be the reason why Diddy is trying to get with, or has continued to push towards, Future's baby moms and things of that nature. Everything is connected. People don't let go of so. As seen with Kanye West feeling a kind of way about Just Blaze and the types of samples that he had when it was a particular, when Jay-Z set forth, this is the kind of music that I want. But this is how petty individuals operate. See, there's a reason why everybody wants to be what hip hop is. You feel me? Like, do you want to go to your job and have to listen to what your boss has to say? You can't say nothing back. You have to just sit back and accept it. You just have to play the game for how they plan it to. When white people come to tell you, oh, I think this would be awesome for your image if you were to just come out and be the bad boy. We could be bad boys for life. Even though that movie was amazing. All the Bad Boy movies except for the last one was amazing. But when white people come down and give you the scripts and give you everything so that they can bolster your career, and you just gotta follow the lead and hope that they don't lead you down the wrong path like they've done multiple of thousands, tens of thousands of individuals before in the past. Instead, you create your own. You go against the grain. You become who you've always wanted to be. You show them your ass to kiss, and they can't do nothing about it but pay you more money? Like, isn't that something that everybody wants to have? But here's the thing. I got the utmost respect for Will Smith, even though, let's be real, this is him and his whole marriage and how all this news and things that keep coming out, it comes off as sucker moves and all that stuff. I personally love Will Smith. Will Smith is the prototypical father out here still. You feel me? Like, even though Jaden and Willow is growing up super weird, being like Jada Pinkett because she's super weird, and this is why she's still so infatuated and keep bringing up Tupac and all this stuff instead of trying to maintain this marriage, because after this marriage goes, she's not going to get anything else. I mean, maybe she can get another August Alsina who, you know, she's borderline being a molester at this point. You feel me? Youngins who ain't really got no game, youngins who will just get anything out here instead of getting the best. That's maybe the max of what she could get out in the game, but they're not going to provide the financial status, the financial freedom that Will Smith can provide. It's a lot like, look at Kim K. Like, Kim K now is trying to flaunt some that she got with Pete Davidson, where that's got to be one of the biggest downgrades I've ever seen in my life. Like, you go from Kanye West, multi-platinum, dynamic artist who's dominating the game still to this day. You go for him to Pete Davidson, comedian who can't get a full share out of Saturday Night Live, even though he's funny. I'm not going to deny that he's funny. I mean, the HBO, the special that he had wasn't funny, but yet I like to watch Saturday Night Live just for him. I think he's comical. He came into his own. It's just he's not pushing it to the utmost. He's not like he's getting some bad women and all that, but it's not like phenomenal though. Like he ain't no Kanye, bro. He will never be a Kanye, ever. And let's just keep that 1,000. He's just too corny, one. Two, he ain't heavy in the game. He may never be heavy in the game because comedy is a difficult one to really break into. Now, he's doing his thing on Saturday Night Live, but he's tried to spin it off into a movie, and that didn't quite pan out yet. He got a lot more time to go before you can literally say that Kim K got an upgrade. She downgraded ridiculous on this one, bro. And the same will be done. The same will be said about Kim Kardashian. I mean, about Jada Pinkett Smith if she allows Will Smith to walk away. Because even though, like, people want to deem him as corny, he's like the father figure of an entire generation at this point. He's all unadulterated, that image that Tupac had. He always wanted to be it, and that's what he said in the book. He always wanted to be that, but never could be. But instead, he was his corny, he was just his corny self. And that's cool. That's something that people need to come around. Like, not everybody's going to be gangsters. Not everybody was out there in them streets. Not everybody could survive that. Play it the way it was. Build the notoriety. People understand and love you for the game and how you played it from back in the day. Not everybody could do that, and Will Smith particularly wasn't one for that. He wasn't built for that. He was never built. He was never real enough to actually go up against the police and willing to go to jail for what he believes in and stuff. No, that's not Will. But who Will was and who he has become has just been the hardest of workers, blue collar, who was able to take that, flip that, turn into the biggest actor of entire generations, who's been able to see the peak of everything and live to tell about it, who was able to go out regardless. Now, there's a lot of funny style stuff that goes on, like a lot of people are Just like how Joe Budden came out, and which wouldn't be shocked if Charlemagne came out too, but just how Joe Budden came out, wouldn't be shocked if that's how Will Smith comes out. Is it in the book? The news of it would have came out if it was in the book. But a lot of ramblings throughout the streets for a very long time. You kind of got to question it at this point, especially when he goes into the book talking about how when he broke up with Jada for the first time, he decided to take sexual tantrum lessons so that he can be better. And Jada coming out as, Jada been throwing shade for like weeks and stuff, talking about how she's not sexually pleased and things of that nature, which is why she go after youngins. Which, again, isn't a cool thing for her to be doing and all that. And she's not even all that popping in her career and stuff no more. Like, she has some audacity to not be happy to be with Will Smith. Just like, okay, did you guys see that was trending not that long ago? Leonardo DiCaprio met Jeff Bezos' wife. Well, not wife, but new girlfriend. She was choosing hard on Leo. Now, keep in mind, Jeff Bezos is the richest person in the world. Confirmed. More money than everybody. Leo got that swag, fam. Leo is the man. He's still the man. Still doing big name movies with Quentin Tarantino. Still showing, doing big name movies. Like, if you guys remember, he did Inception. And show the good and the bad, and he does who he is. He has his own image. He got his own swag. It doesn't matter how much money Jeff Bezos has. He can pull his bride. Because it's more than financial. It's what women want to a degree. It's more than being financially stable. Dominate. They want a man that's a leader. They want a man that has a certain swagger about themselves. A man that's dominant no matter what. That's going to put them in their place. Like, this woman, Jeff Bezos' woman, would gladly be like the third or fourth woman that Leonardo DiCaprio was messing with, because all he used to do was just go through Victoria's Secret catalogs and just pick a woman and then go along and get her. But that's because he's the man that women respect, because he does whatever it is he wants to do. He dominates the game, and then he got the financial success to pull it all off, to be who he is. You feel me? But then, too, man, you cannot determine your success based on these women, though, because that's what they looking for. But there's a lot more of us who are dynamic, that live our own lifestyles, that do whatever we want to do. It may not be, it's not what Tupac was. It may be more what Will Smith is. But Will Smith is living to tell the tale, ain't he? And I love Pac. But we all know he was reckless, man. Like, there's a reason why them street cats caught up to him to a degree. Like when you having a part of jumping somebody in LA, rolling off, speeding off, and all that stuff. Like, at the height of gangs, at the height of when everybody's dying, like, you don't think that was reckless? And I love Pac to death. But there's a reason why Will is still here. And Will has shown you exactly how far he could go. He's seen the max. He got the money. He was able to take things all the way to the peak. Now, it looks as though he's fallen off. to a degree, to the point that they're trying to bring back the Fresh Prince. Like, they rebooting it, and, you know, reboots and things of that nature, it only really comes when you as an individual aren't really popping on the big screen like that no more. Michael B. Jordan, for those you from all, it was Michael B. Jordan who pretty much took the throne of the new young black actor that's dominating the scene, doing all of the big budgeted movies that they have to have, because, you know, mainstream, they only do one black actor at a time, which is horrible, which is what they do though. But Michael B. Jordan is the new man. Michael B. Jordan is what Will Smith is, but more edge to him. You feel me? Like, when Michael B. Jordan did Wakanda, did Black Panther, see, that was the difference. That was Tupac and that was Will Smith all in one movie. Well, rest his soul, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace to Chadwick. But Chadwick Boseman from the Black Panther, he was more Will Smith, while Michael B. Jordan was more Tupac, which is why, I mean, they both saw a lot of, like, they both were going up at that point. Chadwick Boseman was becoming the biggest actor on the planet, just friendly, was able to play all of the black actors that didn't have much edge, like that many deemed somewhat was like being sellouts and stuff. Like, when that Get On Up, like, a lot of people were questioning my man's damn, I can't remember no names today. James Brown. A lot of people back in them days, man, back in the day, was questioning James Brown because he wasn't, like, out there and active with the Black Panthers and stuff. He was just trying to make his money, just like how Will Smith was doing and all of that stuff. You feel me? But Boseman was getting to become the biggest actor in the world that white people could smile with, be like, oh, he's not a threat. While Michael B. Jordan being Killmonger, oh, everybody loved Killmonger because Killmonger was a threat. Killmonger, by what he was doing, why he was a legitimate villain, the best villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he was a threat that people believed in, like, yo, Killmonger was right. Wakanda should have been set wars, set flames to everything so that Killmonger would bring freedom to everybody. Even though clearly he was a villain that was out there for power. Killmonger wasn't going to free nobody. He was just going to take control. That's what Killmonger is in the comics and all that stuff. But I loved the depiction. I loved everything about it. And that gave Michael B. Jordan his edge. The fact that he wasn't with the whole Wakanda salute. Like, everybody, all white people want to come up and do Wakanda salute for him in interviews, like, nah, no. You ain't gonna Chadwick Boseman me, fam. You gonna shake my hand like a man. Wait. That edge carried over to some of these bigger budgeted movies that he's doing now. Like, did you guys watch the movie where he did he was the military guy? It wasn't the best movie. It was based off the video, well, not the video games, which were based off a book, but they made video game Rainbow something. But they've been making video games about it, and they finally made another movie and starring Michael B. Jordan. And when you watch it, oh, he was raw, but it wasn't a good movie. But Michael B. Jordan becoming one of the biggest actors in all of Hollywood, he's doing it by still having that edge, which is why he's able to get what's her name? Able to get a Lloyd Harvey, somebody that a lot of people been trying to get at, bro. Everybody gets thirst trapped by Lloyd Harvey. All these women look up to him. Lloyd Harvey's bad. But the reason why she's with Michael B. Jordan, financial security, and he's a real man out here. People's ass in order to get these roles, and people love him for it. He's one of the most raw individuals that's out there on the movie scene. It's been getting toned down a little bit, but for the most part, Michael B. Jordan is the man that Will Smith wanted to be. But yet, there's nothing wrong. Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, was great. May he rest in peace, man. I taken from us way too soon, as he was the clean-cut black man that these people trusted enough to go ahead and give him the big budget movies. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just like with Will Smith, there was nothing wrong with being Will Smith. Independence Day, bro. One of the favorite movies of entire generations. And he's done a ton of them, man. I mean, The Pursuit of Happiness movie showing you raw father, in which that's what his King Richard was. He's doing the same thing, but with Venus and Serena, and I think that could be a hit too. Men in Black, come on, man. Even Hitch was one that people like slept on to a degree, but you know, Hitch was about Tariq Nasheed and his life and all that stuff. It's just white people took it and flipped it because they couldn't sign Tariq Nasheed, because Tariq was more going in the direction of what Tupac and we gonna do our own. I'm gonna do my own thing. You ain't gonna take my story. So they took it and stole it. Ali, fam. Ali. This is who Will Smith is. Even though Ali was more streets. You feel me? I mean, clean cut. I mean, I'm not going to say streets, but he was more... Ali was more conscious. Like, having Will Smith portray Ali, that was a difficult one because, you know, the values somewhat are different. Let's keep it 1,000. Like, that was the main question going into it, and that's why I feel as though it didn't quite pan out. That movie wasn't as great as I thought it could be, but it was a great movie. It wasn't no Malcolm X, though. It wasn't no, it wasn't no Ray Charles, because, you know, Jamie Foxx just fit into that mold of what Ray Charles was back when he was young. Like, amazing acting job on top of it, because, you know, Jamie Foxx was a better actor than Will Smith for quite some time, until Will Smith just took it up a whole nother notch. But Will Smith was the man, dude. Still is to a degree. I still respect him all the way. I just don't like how Jada is doing this, man. Like, but the fact that you're allowing it to happen, Will, that falls on you. That really falls on you, Will, that you're allowing Jada to go ahead and get at you like this, to disrespect you like this. Like, you're a good guy in your heart. You've always been a good guy at heart. And, you know, Jada's probably more of your build than your actual wife and all of that stuff, which is whatever. You should be living in your You should be living in your freedom, living in your life, much like how Joe Budden is, much like how Charlemagne should be, and all that stuff. Live your truth, dog, if that is your truth. If the rumors are accurate and all of that. But don't sit up and take this disrespect from this woman. Like, Tupac was the man, but you was the man too. You just did it and played by different rules. You played the game the way you wanted to play the game. You were true to yourself, and you were never a street cat. It is what it is. She want to be with them street cats, man. Let her go be with the street cats. See who she can pull right now. She ain't pulling nobody right now. Future will try to smash just because he's a hater. But what part of happiness have Future ever brought any of his baby mamas? Like, Will Smith tried to be the father, tried to be the right husband, tried to do a lot of things right for Jada, and she's clearly unappreciative of it. So she can ride out. In my opinion, if I were Will, which probably never will be, especially not on that caliber, like I'm never gonna get them kinds of checks because I'm too much of a threat, I guess. I get blocked. I get shadow banned. You feel me? Will Smith. But I'm not gonna sit up and let no woman, not no Jada Pinkett Smith. You like Jada thinks she's somebody? You what? You think Red Table Talk is anywhere in comparison to what's it called? Men in Black? Come on, man. Come on, man. Even his flops do more. City Kings probably made more money than Red Table Talk. You feel me? Like, I think Will Smith was part of ATL, right? I'm pretty sure that Will Smith was like was an associate producer or something of ATL, which is something that everybody still loves to this day. They just don't give it to him, don't give him the props and nothing for it. Or maybe I'm tripping. I'm not in. But bruh, like, don't sit up here and write books about how you were getting suicidal and you wanted to kill people because of your jealousy of Tupac and his relationship with Jada Pink. Like, if she, man, you the man, bro. Act like it. Stand up for yourself, man. This is something that I ain't got nothing close to Will Smith, but I got way more confidence in myself than him, clearly. Like, I haven't seen the heights in which I want to see yet, but I'm still pushing towards that. But I'm never gonna let someone disrespect me on this level. All the women that I'm dealing with at this point, like, a lot of them hate me. Because a lot of them want to try me and don't want to believe in things that I say and all of this stuff. They end up turning on me after a while, which is whatever. But I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to continue to dominate the way that I dominate until I can crack that next level, and ain't nobody gonna put me down and try to talk about, oh, I wish I could have been with that. Go be with them then. Like, come on, Will. You're great. Be great. Continue to do your thing, man. Do your acting, man. No matter what social media and everybody want to clown and be like, oh, Jada is doing this and this and this is a little, like, no. Jada ain't got no weight up in here in the game. She's old and washed up. Will Smith can get another Jada right now. And not old Jada, disrespectful Jada. He can get young Jada, cooperating Jada, the baddest of them out there, right now. Like, he's not that far removed from being on Suicide Squad, which was one of the biggest movies not that long ago. And that character can be brought back into the WB force. You feel me? Will Smith still demands a certain amount of money in order to be put on any movie, you feel me? Like, you not gonna keep on disrespecting Will Smith like this, fam. And I understand he's soft. He comes off like a soft dude. But not every black man needs to be raw, rugged, willing to die at any moment, because, you know, when you willing to die at every moment, then you might get what you asked for, fam. You might just get what you asked for, which sucks. Is the father figure of entire generations. He's showing people how you can do it being positive, how you can try to raise your children and actually be cool and actually try to give them a path. Just like talking about in the book, when he tried to put Jaden on with the movie that everybody wanted to clown. Let me look it up. Afterlife, he tried to put Jaden Smith on 2013. People don't understand the power move that was and why that flopped so hard, okay? See, here's the thing about being in the mainstream media and all that. In order to get put on there, you gonna have to wear a dress, fam. This is what Dave Chappelle was fighting his entire career from the beginning. This is something that we see pretty much all these people, including Will Smith, having to do. You're gonna have to wear a dress. You're gonna have to be a little feminine. Maybe they take advantage of you. Like I said, anybody who's made the mainstream industry and all that stuff, usually there's a little funny style something that we've all heard about them. In order for them to give you all of this, they gotta have something over your head. You feel me? After Earth was Will Smith. Like, okay, my son ain't gonna do that. I'm going to use my money, my wealth, my influence to create my own movie while I'm still one of the biggest actors on the planet right now, and put him on so that he can be anything that he wants to be without having to go through these people. But because he did that, the whole system sabotaged it. The whole system was mad at Will Smith, so therefore they crapped on that entire movie. And I watched the movie. It wasn't as god-awful as all the reviews and everybody wanted to make it out. I'm not saying it was a good one. I'm not saying that it was an amazing movie by no means. It was a bit dry. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. Will Smith has made worse movies that the commercial industry was rocking with heavy. You feel me? Like, Will Smith did Aladdin, bro. Like, I haven't heard nobody come out say how great Aladdin was, dog. But the commercial industry was rocking with that heavy. They was rocking with it harder than this movie that was almost equal. Will I say that they were equally as good? I don't know. But they were almost equally as bad. You feel me on that? But because Will Smith decided to bypass the commercial industry and they nonsense, he didn't want his son to go through that. They just threw salt on him all the way around. But yet, that's what a father's supposed to be trying to do for his son. Don't fall into this same nonsense and have to sell out who you are in order to be what you want to be. I seen Tupac do it. You can do it too. That's what he was trying to do as a father, and I commend him for it, even though it didn't pan out. Even though we see Jaden wearing dresses, being super weird, being more like his mother than his father. Like, it's messed up how things are going in that direction. But Will Smith tried harder as a father than the vast majority of motherfuckers out here do. You understand? And he had the power, the influence to try to do it on the highest level, but it just didn't pan out. But what does he get in return? He gets Jada Smith constantly bringing up Tupac. He gets a whole complex, as he's writing about in his book, about, oh, Jada just keep talking about him. I feel insecure about my sexuality and I'm not hitting it like I need to hit it, so I need to train and all this. Like, bruh. Drop this hood rap. You feel me? Like, yeah, maybe Jada ain't for you. I guarantee you there's a bunch of other women out here that are for you if that's the way that you want to go ahead about it. But that's my thing. I don't think that's the way he wants to go about it. But you better go out there and demand your respect from your woman, though. She can't be out here disrespecting you on this level, man. Constantly making you look well. You need to be making this money, bro. Like, this is not a good look. But I mean, he's trying to take all of the nonsense that Jada been doing and flipping it into a book so that he can turn it and make it into more money. And I think it's going to work. It's going, say what you will, Will Smith is a genius out here, dude. Will Smith is super smart. And if your woman want to continue to throw all this slander, take it, flip it for your own. Flip it to your own accord. Do your own thing with it. I like that. But the way you doing it make you look weak. And maybe it's because you are weak. And it's okay. I mean, continue to be successful, continue to provide for your family, and drop that hoe and get you somebody else. Man, when I tell you, women will still lie. Don't think I'm lying to you. This is the thing about men and women relationships. Okay? Now, the key to men and women relationships is this. Women, you have to choose what man you have babies with and all that stuff, particularly because that's the best that you're going to get. That particular man that you had a relationship that had kids and all that stuff with you, you better made sure to have gotten married. You better made sure of he was making money. You better made sure that he was the best that you can do. The next man playing stepdaddy ain't gonna do the same things, ain't gonna bring to the table the same things that the original guy did. And that's where a lot of women mess up, because they expect so much more from the next guy and all that. The next guy ain't gonna do what Will Smith does for Jada Pinkett Smith. Not gonna happen. Understand the values in which you got on the dating game. Jada ain't got no value out here, dude. Kim K ain't got no value out here, dude. Y'all better stay in y'all relationships. Y'all better do what you need to do and quit making these disses and respect y'all man, because it don't get no better for you. It's a harsh reality when you go back into the dating game. Oh, I be out there and I see it. There's a lot of younger women, more beautiful, that's gonna do way more than you willing to. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? While men, look, hey, we could take the divorce. give you the house. You can take whatever money that you need, and we can walk away, and we can build it again. You won't get no money from the next. The next woman is going to build the next family with the next woman that's younger, better, more cooperative, that you wish you could have seen. That's what's going to happen if you continue to disrespect. Now, if Will walks away and he's been using Jada as a build all this time, which it seems to be, then all the details of his life is going to come out. And that could spell the end of the big budgeted Hollywood movies and all that stuff. But I think Will is still the man to a degree that he won't go hungry. Bro, he still gets royalties off of a lot of this stuff. Will is still gonna be the man, even if he comes out as bi and men come out about whatever relationships that they have with him. Won't matter. Will Smith is still gonna be Will Smith. He will still be able to get in some kind of movie. It may not be the blockbuster A-class movies, but B-list checks, he could get those. He could get movies. He could produce his own movies now, and they be successful. I mean, he can start running with Madea, and people will respect it, and he will still get money. Like Will Smith is the man, dog. Will Smith is the man. It is what it is. But that's all I wanted to say for this particular topic, you feel me? As most people were looking at the playbacks and all that stuff. So when you make it all the way to this point here, man, feel free to go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe if you can, man. I try to do one of these videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday, maybe Fridays, depending on what go down. Weekends I be a little too busy. It is what it is. But I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Feel free to leave a comment as I can as well. Just remember, be yourself. Nobody need to be in them streets heavy or have the image of Tupac, where Tupac wasn't exactly who his image was on top of that. But not everybody has to have that image. But you could be a grown man. Hold your own respect. Go out here and make your own money and be the master, the king of your own kingdom. And not let anybody, especially not your woman, disrespect you on this caliber of level. Where you coming out with tell-all books and stuff where it's making you look worse. Like, damn all that. Be a man. Be the master of your kingdom. Be true to yourself. You don't gotta be gangster. You ain't gotta be the hardcore in the streets individual, man. Be yourself. Be great along the lines of what greatness means to you. Be a great musician. Put forth the best music possible. Be a great actor. Hey, if you working a 9 to 5, be so and you build your own business off of that. Not everybody has to be Tupac. You feel me? You can be yourself and win by being yourself. And if your woman wants to disrespect for you being yourself, then cut that bitch off. You feel me? Stop accepting disrespect from these motherfuckers, man. They need you more than you need them. Like, it frustrates me, man. Like, I know I was about to end the show, man. I know I was about to end the show. But this just frustrates me to no end. How somebody like Will Smith, who got paper, who was the #1 actor in the world, who was dominant, who's made movies, who's made songs, whether people respect his rap career or not, but Summertime is a song that's going to live on forever. An individual who has done all of this, and your woman for all that you provided for him. Your kids is going to be chump, like your kids is going to take that direction and want to go ahead and wear dresses and all that stuff so that they can try to shine in the game when you tried to show them a whole different path, a whole nother route. But instead, they go in a chump route. They go and want to be chumped. I really don't like how people are trying to treat Will Smith, dude. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for Will, regardless of whatever lifestyle he's living. All the moves that he's done, all the work that he's put in, like all the speeches that he's given, like some of the speeches, like how he was talking about, yeah, I was never the most talented. I was never like all of that. I was never a great actor. I was never the most talented. But you know what I was? I was the hardest worker there ever was. You will never outwork me. I will be there every day, all day, putting in the work. Ain't that what I sound like whenever I show people insights of my life and the things that I do from all of the work that I put in? Don't that sound like me? That's because I took inspiration from Will Smith for a very long time. Those speeches that he had, I've heard so many underground producers chop up his speeches as samples and then put them to some of the dopest beats because it was inspiring to be super dominant, to put forth that kind of work so that you can get that kind of success. That's why I look up to Will Smith, man. That grind that he has, that burning desire, to the point that now he's still doing really well. Like I subscribed to his YouTube channel a minute ago, well before all the disrespect was happening, and his content that he was delivering on his own has been really good. It's been sporadic, it's not consistent, but it's been really good though. Will Smith is the man, dude. Fuck what you heard. I don't like the disrespect all these people keep on trying to have towards Will. And want to say, oh, Future's gonna go ahead and get at Jada and want to try to hold that over his head, try to clown him as a meme and all that stuff. Fuck that. Future wishes he could have the career that Will Smith has. Yeah, he could bang Jada, cause she's a scallywag. She could do, whatever. But you ain't gonna be no Will Smith, ever. Why? Because you don't put forth the work, Future, to be able to be a great musician, let alone a great musician and a great actor and more things. You don't put forth the work ethic that Will Smith does in order to become the greatest out there. That's why everybody debates whether you should even be mentioned in with any of the greats, Future. You don't put forth any time on anything but dragging these hoes. That's what Future puts the most time and effort in. Dragging women out here, being petty at all moments. And you think that's like good for manhood? Does anyone think that's good for manhood? Because I don't. Like, as a man, you ain't supposed to slander and ruin your baby moms because your baby moms has a kid that's supposed to be your legacy, that they gonna all have to see you dragging their moms and they gonna dislike you, just like how 50's son hates him. And I love 50. 50 is the man. 50 is doing what he needs to do out here in the game. He's super successful, putting on for BMF and all that stuff, but your son is your future. So when it's your son's time, if he does have his moment in the sun where he's able to come up and do whatever he wants to do, you think he's going to look back fondly at his father? Will Smith did everything that he possibly could for Jaden. He put on Willow and put her like that. He showed her how to make good music. Let's not deny it. Whip Your Hair has Will Smith's fingerprints all over it. Now Willow is going ahead and doing the same thing that Summer Walker and all of them are doing, and she's not. But she wasn't standing out by no stretch of the imagination. Now she's doing more pop and rock and roll right now. And we'll see how that pans out for her. But her biggest hit that people gonna remember her for, Whip Her Hair, that got Will Smith's fingerprint all over it. And honestly, if she would have continued in that blueprint, I think she could have been great. But she wanted to go off into a different direction, just like Jaden. Will Smith gave these kids everything they needed to be great. He showed them the blueprint of what he did to become the best out there, and they chose not to do it. And now everybody is choosing to try to disrespect him. And I know I was supposed to end the show. I did a pump fake, but man, I cannot. Like, if there was ever somebody that you would pass on $500,000 to have be Will Smith, it wouldn't be Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is nothing but a selfish individual who's going to do nothing but pocket the money, take his food to go, and walk off and laugh at you. Will Smith would be like, oh man, you used up $400,000 to have a meeting with me? Oh, you shouldn't have did that, but you know what? I'ma put you on. You gonna make that money back up because I got the ability to do so. Will Smith has shown in the past he got that kind of love for people that he will do that. Not only will he give you the advice of everything you need to actually become more dominant, give you more insight of the commercial industry that he's seen the ins and out of, that he's seen the ups and downs that, you know, most wouldn't really want to do. He's been there. He would probably do that for you. On top of, look, I got new roles and stuff for this right here. If you serious, and clearly you're serious because you gave up $400,000, man. Come on, I got you. I believe Will would do that. I got no 100,000. I got no confirmation. If someone offered me $100,000 or a meeting with Will Smith, I'm taking the money. But I have a strong belief that if you were to do something like that, Will Smith will do his best to look out for you, because that's just the caliber of good guy that Will Smith have proven to be over a long period of time, dude. Will Smith is awesome, but he's not the raw, unadulterated, sexual image that women want. He's not the street cat that the whole social media and everybody's trying to chase after, what Future is, what Tupac was, what all these individuals from the streets are. He's not that. But Will Smith is a fucking man, though. He is the fucking man, though. He's the father figure of multiple communities who look up to him based off the roles, based off of the moves that he's done, based off of the fact that he's just an overall good individual. And y'all gonna quit disrespecting my man Will Smith, dude. People gonna quit disrespecting Will Smith. I'm real tired of it. Not everybody has to be gangster, dude. But whatever. That's it for real this time. That's it for real this time. I know. I pump faked you before, but I'm going to make it to 1 hour after this last 30 seconds that I'm doing right now. So again, to sum things up, man, be yourself out here in the game. Get your respect out here. Like, when you're successful, when you build your own money, That's when you can go ahead, demand your respect out here, dude. And if your woman is so infatuated with the streets, let her be with the streets and continue to push forward, because you can always get you a badder, younger Jada Pinkett Smith. But thank you, everybody, man, for tuning in. All those on the playbacks, somebody who's watching right now, you dig? Thank everybody. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to come right back. I'm going to play some Street Fighter tonight. Give me like 15 minutes or so. I'll be right back. Go ahead, sit a like and subscribe, man. You guys be easy.